Welcome back. Round 7, Season 4 in the Dented Shield. This is the last round of our round robin. In fact, the last game. So this last time we were on, I think it was my Underworld game against Bretonnians. I think it was the last game of this playlist. If not, it's the one that's just above it. But this is the other Bretonnian team playing Lizardmen in the final game. It's the last one we had at the time. This is third plays 5th, I think, going into it, or third place 6th maybe. I know the Lizardmen, if they win this, they'll go above me and into the playoffs. So a bit riding on this for me as well. The Bretonnians are defending, so have a quick look at them first. Maybe let them finish setting up because it'll be easier rather than chasing them around. I've got to get into the habit of looking at the standings properly and shoving it on the screen maybe so we can see that. But I know the Bretonnians have had a really strong start and have been up high in the table whole season. And Lizardmen, I think, have struggled a bit more, but have had some good results as the season's gone on as well, and they're up in contention for playoffs as well. So 3 linemen on the line of scrimmage for the Bretonnians, 1 with no levels, 2 with guard. We've got a strength 4 lineman back here as well, and 1 on the bench. That's all their linemen. 4 blockers. We've got 1 with strip ball, 1 with guard, another 1 with guard. Is there 1 missing? Maybe 1 missing the game. Looks like there's a blocker missing the game. I'm sure there's 4 in the squad. But yeah, that's those 3, and then the 4 blitzers, the best players on the Bretonnian team, of course. We've got tackle, strip ball, dodge, mighty blow, movement 8, dodge and sure feet, and then 1 more there who I didn't get to in time. It looked like I think he's got diving tackle. Dodge and diving tackle. And then Lizardmen attacking first. A skink going to stand on the ball, which is a block jump up skink. Another block skink here. Both of those are injured. So this one has armor 6. This one has a niggling injury. Got sidestep, diving tackle, sidestep, and 4 more skinks on the bench. 1 with sidestep, 3 with no levels. Then 6 Saurus and a Croxagore. I thought they had Saurus missing this game. They haven't got loan or anything. I wonder if they fired a couple and hired some new ones before the game started. I think that's quite possible. But 2 block, 1 block mighty blow. They did have, because they had two missing the game, both had movement 5 as well. So I think they probably fired them both and hired 2 new ones. So that's 3 unleveled Saurus altogether. And the Croxagore's got guard. And we're we're into that. I often wonder with a high kick. It's a 4+ roll for a skink to catch the ball. I wonder if it's worth just chuck a Saurus under it. Find an unmarked Saurus, because both of these aren't going to blitz. Only one of them is. Maybe chuck a Saurus under the ball. If you're all 6, a Saurus has got the ball, and that's a good opportunity to get the score. Instead, a skink has to come pick it up anyway. And if a Saurus doesn't roll a 6, you've still got that situation. You have just got a Saurus. Maybe out of position a bit. So blocking straight means these pushbacks can be pushed into someone else. So if the Croxagore would hit that pushback to there, you still got another go at it. So it's good to block diagonally on the line of scrimmage, so you can generate more hits if you're only getting pushbacks. The Croxagore needed 1 more assist for 3 dice as well, which is probably worth bearing in mind. I need 2 assists to get 3 dice on a strength 3. So I have this skink go for the ball. Which is a foul. Re-rolling it. There's a wizard from the Bretonnians in this game. I'm not sure what the team value difference was. I thought the Bretonnians were ahead, but I also hadn't noticed the hiring of 2 new Saurus to replace ones missing the game, so that might have swung things round. Didn't need Dauntless there, but got it anyway. It's just a pushback. Does mean this guy can go for the same thing. And again, 2 assists. I don't need Dauntless, but if that fails, it's still 2 dice. And that was a bit like I was saying with the Lizardmen on the line of scrimmage, sort of using a pushback to generate an extra hit from someone who was standing right there. Just looking, this will be, yeah, it's sort of a very mobile response of this guy. Got a couple of strip ball players, like one on each flank, so that's worth bearing in mind. No sure hands on the Lizardmen team. That's an armor break for a stun. I think the first armor break we've had. Targeting that strip ball tackle blitzer. And then sort of shuffling forward a bit, engaging here. Have to watch out for this strength 4 guy maybe. That's a potential hit they're giving up. Just wants 1 assist. Another failed ball pickup. And again try to re-roll at it for no gain. So both team re-rolls gone for 4 failed ball pickups, which is a shame. So Bretonnians can look to get a bit of pressure on the ball now. They've failed the pickups 2 turns in a row. Choosing not to re-roll that, go for it. But do have a player here who the Lizardmen have to be wary of. And this strip ball guy as well. The ball's not safe before throwing. Needing a loner as well. So that could have gone horribly wrong with the ball available to be got at here. But loner wasn't a letdown that time. And that is a knockout. I think first removal we've had, pretty sure. Yeah, it is. Blitz here on this this guy, but dodge keeps him on his feet. No tackle on this Bretonnian team. A few dodge players around. I think 3 of the blitzers have got dodge. Just the 1 tackle player for the Bretonnians as well, actually, to deal with all the skinks. Finally have the ball in Skink's hands. Over here next to the Croxagore, so they'll cage up here. So he's giving up 1 dice on the ball at the moment from this lineman who's prone. So it's basically you need a power, so it's a 6+, but a both down wouldn't be any good either. And here they can push the ball out somewhere else, although it's a sidestepper, so pushing a sidestepper back, that's not the best idea. It's 3+ dodge from this guy as well, so he's moving really fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Is that what they were going for? Oh no, they're dodging over there. Oh, it's the tackle strip ball guy. Yeah, that would be a better hit. But yeah, failed that dodge. With the reroll. Lizardmen had already failed 2 3+ with the rerolls over here to pick up the ball, so I can't really complain too much about that. But this is making space now. They can go and attack and claim this space here. But you need to be wary of these prone players. And this guy who's very fast, you need to watch him. It's effectively movement 10 with sure feet there. Movement 8. And looks like he's available to hit. You need to watch this side of this guy because he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then doesn't even need to go for it. It's just 3+ with a reroll for dodge and then 2 dice on the ball. Pretty sure that is the best play that the Bretonnians have next turn. That's a useful knockout. But Bretonnians down to 9 players, 11 plays 9. I'm pretty sure we'll see that play. I think we've got to see that. Don't know if this 3, 4, 5, 6, you can't really get anywhere helpful. And you don't need the assist for 2 dice here. You need 2 assists for 3 dice. Yeah, he's going for that blitz. That's just a push zone, and with sidestep as well, it's one step closer to the end zone, so you'll probably just see a score next turn. 1-3 plus there with a reroll, and then run it in. Got enough speed to go right around. Trying to roll some safe blocks, try and get a bit more value from blocks, and trying to remove players. Just going to blitz this guy off, looks like. One more assist there would have given him an extra dice if they could have got it. But yeah, just dodging round, and that is going in for 1-0 in, was that turn 5, I think? It's definitely time for the Bretonnians to score back anyway, even if it's turn 6, that gives us 3 turns. Just one knockout back, so we'll see this reserve lineman in. Yeah, 4 turns for the Bretonnians, who I think would feel quite hopeful scoring by half time, and then they've got a wizard for the second half as well if they still need that. Yeah, Bretonnians very much in a good position at this point. Would be favourites to win the game from here. So missing a guard for this drive. Another unlevelled lineman in his place. Down to 11. Still a big bench from Lizardmen. It's a pretty strong setup here. It's going to be very difficult to get decent blocks on these players with the guard in there as well. Need to use their guards. So I have 2 dice on this one. Might need to make use of Dauntless somewhere, but that's going to put a blitzer in touch with the Croxagore, which you don't necessarily want to do. Unless you come onto these corners. Also all the blitzers are wide to try and make sure they can score by half time as well. They've got to get down the pitch. That's a touchback. Straight to a blitzer. This one, yeah, 2 points from a level. That's who you want to score with. That ball's not safe, so double skulls here could pretty much end the game. Gets a knockout on Skink though. And I'm wondering if they're going to just get the ball down here and try and screen with this guy. They haven't really got enough players to screen that effectively. We can come forward to this area, the blocker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here, yeah, it's not bad. I think Lizardmen would like to get this diving tackle guy on the ball carrier though. Probably be a good move. Basically, all I know about this game is the final score, so this is all fresh viewing for me. Yeah, I'm using Sure Feet to get more of a screen in there. So this looks a pretty nailed-on touchdown as it is. I think diving tackle on this guy, not being able to move him, and then foul dodge is probably Lizardmen's best chance at the moment. And maybe trying to blitz their way through this screen. I think I'd move a Saurus onto here to give you 2 dice with this skink, and then diving tackle player over onto the ball. So blitzing there on this player. Oh no, straight on the ball. I completely missed that was on. Yeah, 2 dice on the ball was available, but I just did not see it at all. But it was just a both down. For pushback might have been a more worthwhile choice, although you're keeping him there where he's going to be marked by 3 players, and one of them is that diving tackle sidestep skink. It's going to be difficult to shift. Maybe see a blitz out. He has tackle. There's no assist here. Yeah, 2 dice on this diving tackle guy. onto there. Okay, I think you sidestep there if you need to. Still do that anyway, because that's the square this blitzer wants to dodge to. Failed dodge and no rerolls, or reroll not taken anyway. I'm not sure why you don't re-roll that. Unless he... Oh no, he doesn't have dodge, so he didn't just... Yeah, what did happen there? Yeah, interesting choice to not re-roll that with, I suppose, 2 turns left. But if you make it, you've scored, and then... But then give the Lizardmen 2 turns back. Maybe you don't want to do that. Free up another Saurus here. And we've not seen a blitz from... Oh, we have seen a blitz from Lizardmen. So that's just going to mark this player. 2 dice on this blitzer. Needs a power. No. Sure you scatter onto the ball there. Still got 2 tackle zones on, but if you pushed him that way, you've still got 2 tackle zones on here. Though these threat players are potentially free to at least get rid of one of those. There'll be 2 dice here. I'll go for the wizard. So on that Saurus, then I imagine we're going to see blitz on this skink with the tackle player perhaps, and then this guy get the ball. Oh, just going for the dodge, for the 2 dice, dodge, 2 dice, and that is a stun. And then this guy is free to score. But no reroll now, and that is failed. And then caught by this guy. There's still a turnover, even if you catch a bounce off a pickup. And Lizardmen have to stop this. This might need to be a skink blitz. I don't think they'll do for Cox. Oh, this guy's free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go for it. That's just a push. So yeah, looking for a... Oh, well, there's a 1 in 9 failing, but Lizardmen need the Bretonnians to do the same there, because that's probably the best play they've got. Don't think there's really anyone else available to... Yeah, just going for that dodge, and that is 1-1 at half time. But the wizard is gone. They still scored anyway, or scored a turn later, so the wizard arguably did nothing there. Just that 1 knockdown Saurus. It's half time, so Bretonnians, yeah, definitely in the driving seat with their attack coming next. That knockout back means Hull scored. We've not had any actual casualties yet, it's just been knockouts, and all of those have recovered now. So the injury boxes are empty for both teams. There are bribes. I think there's no dirty players on the pitch, but fouls are available with a bit less risk. So again, going straight away, blitzing a skink, which is a good strategy playing Lizardmen. If you hit all the skinks, it's harder for them to do much with the ball, having to rely on Saurus to do that. But yeah, Dauntless fire in there for 2 dice, but just to push. Another failed pickup. So there's been loads of failed pickups all through this game, both teams. I'll be something worth looking at in the numbers at the end. But yeah, both teams' attacking drives being hampered by that right at the beginning. And that is a skink going to stand on the ball. Yep, both go for it. Run them one at a time in case there's a reroll. And might do the same here. Nope, just staying there. But yeah, a block dodge player on the ball will be difficult to shift. I do have a tackle player here though. Yeah, still looking to score on this blitzer to get him up at other level. Not sure. See the Croxigor hits somebody. Although 3 guards right in his face. Yeah, going 1 dice with Croxigor. Just push a lineman back. Yeah, quite a lack of guard on this Lizardmen team. Really, it'd be good. Good skill to get on some Saurus. Got one block mighty blow. Maybe the next block one takes guard and it really helps to lock up the line of scrimmage. Yeah, so tackle paying dividends there. This guy will go for the ball as well, I'm sure. Yep. And forward here, I think we'll almost certainly see this diving tackle sidestep player marking this this blitzer next turn. This one here, so there'll have to be some dodges. Yeah, they'll need some dodges, but they can get 2 dice on the ball with some skink dodging, and then maybe this guy blitzing at the end. Saurus down. And just straight back up. Yeah, so onto there. Yeah, I think you could maybe, because this player's not got a lot of movement. Well, he's going to lose some movement standing up. Might be the one for the second assist, sort of over here. So it's another 3+ dodge, and then it goes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hang on, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it was 8. So it's another 3+ dodge with a reroll there, no tackle. And then this one to come do the blitz from here. That's 2 dice, and then you've still got this one available to recover the ball if necessary. Because if you get the knockdown and push him there, he can be coming through. This one can score this turn. I think I was initially looking at using this one for the assist. But they're blitzing here anyway rather than the ball. And that is no dodge, so it's just a pushback. This guy might want tackle next. Yeah, do have that diving tackle sidestep. Not on the ball carrier, but on the strip ball guy there. Another free Saurus. Come this way somewhere, I'm sure, to get involved in the game. On the ball carrier. Right, so there's no 3+ dodge out for this blitzer at the moment. And hitting either of these skinks, they've both got sidestep, that starts getting a bit risky. There is knockout. It's the armor 6 skink. So it's knocked out on a 6 as well with it's like mighty blow. Made that a knockout. Mighty blow and stunty together made that injury rather 6 a knockout. That's a wrestle. Yeah, it's got to take some stopping. There's this blocker way up here as well. He's a scoring threat. Straightforward guy helps there. I was also looking at how the Lizardmen might be able to free up one of these Saurus for a 2 dice blitz, but I don't think that'll be doable now that one of them's down. That was just a block, so that was a Dauntless foul that left 1 dice. And 1 dice on that skink for nothing. Got the 5+ dodge for 2 dice on the ball. Probably not worth it. Certainly not as an opening move. It's doable. Break tackle, of course, another really useful Sora skill if they wanted to look at that. Oh, there is an injury. First casualty we've had. Just a badly hurt on that. I think the guard lineman. Yeah, guard lineman for the Bretonnians. So that's scoring threats down, and he's injured. 2 casualties in the turn. Good debut for this one. Blitz here is on this Mighty Blow Blitzer. That is down with a reroll. Excuse me. A bit more coffee. Soothes the throat. Dauntless here, it works, and they get their 2 dice. That's a push, and that frees the ball carrier up to move. There's another source down here though they need to watch. It's going to be tricky to make this ball safe because they can't watch. I think they're just going to mark this one, aren't they? With a dodge, and then this one's 4, 5, 6. Can get to him with 2 go for it, but not throw the blitz. This skink will mark up though. Don't know if we might see some more skinks come back here. There's a knockout, so third removal in 2 turns. Bretonnians running out of players. Injury box filling up. Not that many for the Lizardmen. Oh, okay, Croxigor had 2 dice on the ball. I did not see that again. I'm just not paying enough attention. So I think I'm not pausing the game as much as I might usually to look at the pitch. But yeah, that is a knockdown. And now the Lizardmen can just sort of surround the ball a bit, make it difficult to pick up. That's another knockout. So Bretonnians down to 7, I think. Yep. A bit of a scrum around the ball, but it's still the Lizardmen winning that sort of tackle zone battle. And then Dauntless getting a 1 dice there, which is just a stun. It's another tackle zone in here, another Saurus just standing on the ball. And blitzing with the skink. That is a knockdown. I'm surprised to see the Croxigor not thrown that. That's 3 dice that the Croxigor had, but Crox is now on the ball. Go for a dodge there. So another 189 dodge failed. Staying on the ball but not scattering it, which is good. That's five Lizardmen tackle zones on the ball. This will scatter it though. to probably. I don't know. It's better. It's 3 tackle zones rather than 5, but it's still not worth the pick-up risk, especially when you've got to dodge away from prehensile tail as well. Get involved. That's another. They're just going to crowd the ball now. Casualty. Doing okay for casualties this game. I think that was the second one for Debutant Saurus, who's up on 4 points. Oh no, this one was already in the team. I think this is that was the one who got a casualty earlier, whose first game it is. Let's go that way. Yeah, you can sort of see this game just becoming no one can pick up the ball. You can sort of see that's where it's going. And injury back. So finally an injury on the Lizardmen. That's the niggling injury. Skink, which is badly hurt. Just taking some 1 dice. Lizardmen. That's not an armor break. And I think, Lizardmen can't score because this guy can't. Oh no, they've got another turn, sorry, so they're making sure they've got a scoring threat in. Bretonnians have got 2 players who can score, looks like. There, might need this skink to come grab the ball if they're going to go for that. Let's hit this guy as well. 2 assists from the Croxigore, make it 3 dice. Might be their best chance of getting a knockdown. But that's a bonehead. First one I remember seeing this game, so that means it's a pick up in the tackle zone or just try again next turn. And they could just crowd this guy here. Oh no, marking this one up. Maybe go for the pickup anyway. Yeah, failed the 4+ pickup. Might as well re-roll it because they've got 2 left, or 3 left. They had a surplus of re-rolls. And then just going for the pass. Oh, but he is intercepted. Okay. Be interesting to see if the catch skill is helpful there, because that's something that's sometimes overlooked. The catch. No, just straight up 6 first time. We appear to have just stuck on that guy. Well, that's a bit interesting. This is all we can see. Camera button's not doing anything. Okay, this is how we're going to end the game. We're stuck on this view now. Number 1 camera. Is it going to give me the free camera option? Well, I'm sure this is a valiant attempt at scoring, but we can't see anything, which is a real shame. Oh, hang on. There we go. I wonder if we go back, we might be able to see that again. Well, that's probably the end of the game now, isn't it? Right. Is this roughly where we were? Oh yeah, he just intercepted. Okay, let's see that turn again. I'm trying to see what's happening. Yeah, so that wasn't a re-roll on the intercept. It's just roll 6. That's what we were up to, and then just go for a throw here to win the game, which we've already seen fails where we couldn't see anything. That's inaccurate. Yeah, just inaccurate and off the pitch. Ball is over there. So this skink gets the ball to this one. This will win the game. Trying to clear this tackle zone off. And we've got 3+. No, another foul pickup. Still would need to go for it in a handoff if this is successful. Going to go for the pass though, which is definitely riskier, and bounces to this lineman, and that ends the game. There we go. Well, glad we finally got out of that stuck view. Both MVPs levelling, which is quite nice. And yeah, massively out blocking the Lizardmen, and they started really racking up the removals later in the game as well. I think first half they got quite a few, but they were it was a couple of knockouts, I think, wasn't it? And that was all there really was. A few injuries, but yeah, it you could sort of tell watching the game that there were Bretonnians being knocked over all the time, and that's why that number is so much higher than that one. Decent smattering of star player points, and had both of those MVPs levelled. I'm not sure if anyone else did. This is the player who was on 29 points. I'm not sure if he managed to find a casualty late on or something. I don't know if he hit that skink. Sorry, I had to pause recording, but I was saying, I don't know if this guy picked up a casualty for a level. It'd be interesting to see if that's the case. And then pick-up rolls, but pick-up rolls are poor. So one out of 3 for the, which is exactly the opposite of what it should be for the Bretonnians. And I think these tried a lot more. Can't find pick-up rolls. Yeah, tried 9 of them, and exactly there's 1 in 3 again. Exactly the inverse. I think they did have at least 1 4+ pickup towards the end, which was one of those as well. But yeah, no one wanted the ball in this game, and it ended 1-1 like that, which finishes out our regular season. It's the first time I've seen the leaderboard actually since then, but yeah, I do make the playoffs. I was wondering if that was the case, but yeah, they did. If either of these teams had won this week, and they were playing what were at the beginning of the round the top 2. Both got draws, which are probably good results really when you look at it. But if either had won, I'd have dropped out. So I am in 4th, and I'm going to play Kenry next again, which we managed a 2-2 draw with, but they killed my troll. Not low expectations for that one. But if I finish 4th this year, that's this season. They're not years; they're only a few weeks. But that'll be one better than last season. So that's nice. Nice to have that improvement and get into the playoffs this time. That can kind of set up our players really. So it's me against this Kenry team in one semi-final, and then these Necromantic and Bretonnian teams who very similar records, both 4 wins this season, playing the other semi-final for that, and then the bottom 4 going to that own playoff as well. That's Lizardmen against Bretonnians and Undead against Norse in those semi-finals, and we've got it set up so everyone will get a ticket. So as soon as I confirm round in a second, if you're watching from this league, you now have tickets to accept for your playoffs, and we'll go into that, and I'll make sure the draw reflects the seedings in the leaderboards, and that's how we go. The higher seeded team play at home, which I don't think makes any difference. I don't think anyone's bought any stadium enhancements in this season, but that's our regular season done. So it'll be nice to have a quick look through all the teams to see how they're looking before we go into the playoffs. And there'll be some changes. It looked like a couple of teams had levels to allocate as well. So this Norse team, we looked at before, are missing a Berserker next time, which drops their team rating a bit. And they're playing the Undead team, aren't they? So they're down team value. That Berserker would have left it pretty, if not exactly the same, but you said they're 90 out, and they could top up to get 100k inducement, or 150 if they were a wizard. It would have been that guy's worth 90. So it'd have been the same team value. So two pretty evenly matched teams on paper, and they've got fairly similar records. In the season, the Undead just did slightly better. So obviously loads of block in this Norse team. Not that many levels on linemen, which means they can go in more valuable places. I think they have had levelled linemen who've died in the meantime, just the one sure hands one. But no tackle, which makes ghouls more difficult to deal with. And you usually see a bit of tackle and fend and skills like that on Norse linemen. But not this time. One thrower here who's not levelled yet. Could get themselves a cheap reroll with a couple more points on him. This Alfweriner with block and mighty blows, very dangerous, and there's this strength 5 one as well, who I think throws a lot of blitzes on this from this team. Sort of a more reliable Yeti with strength 5 and frenzy, and a bit quicker and no wild animal. Means they can do that, but the Yeti's got more hitting power with mighty blow and claw, and has got a lot of casualties this season. I think it's picked up a few MVPs altogether. Yeah, 3. So 3 of his 37, or 15 of his 37 points have been on MVPs, but then 11 casualties in 16 games is a pretty good rate of casualties. Loads of them. The two Berserkers, the good Berserker is the one who's playing with Guard and Mighty Blow, and then this one who's been really slow levelling. I think he's been in the team a long time, but it's still only on 5 points, which is an MVP as well. Oh, it's only 7 matches, so it's new this season. This guy, but has only got 1 MVP to show for those 7 games, and no other points. Then the 2 runners, they've both got dodge, so they're both difficult players to deal with. You need some tackle to deal with those, probably. One of them is sure hands as well, so a couple of sure hands players is good defence from strip ball, and there's a few strip ball players around in the league. And that is those, so they're playing the undead. So let's just look at them next to while that Norse team's fresh in our minds. So these 2 teams are playing. They've got a bit of strength 4 and the 2 mummies, but otherwise I think the Norse have a bit of a strength advantage really with the Yeti, the strength 5 Alfweriner. Actually, that's the same, isn't it? What am I saying? Yeah, 2 strength 5 players, 1 strength 4, but the 2 strength 5 mummies are more reliable than the Yeti. Both have mighty blow, but the Yeti has claw as well, and frenzy gives you more blocks. The 2 runners might just give them the slight strength advantage, right? Because they've both got Dauntless. 2 whites are both very decent players, both with mighty blow and tackle. So those 2 runners will be good targets for these players with tackle, and their armor 7 against mighty blow as well is a nice matchup for the whites. And then 3 ghouls with no tackle on the Norse team. The ghouls could be quite important, and will probably be the ones carrying the ball, which they probably are anyway, usually. Mummies both with guard. I think there are a couple of guards on the Norse team as well, so quite even for guard. This is it'll be really interesting to see how this goes, with a bit of inducements as well. This one is really hard to call. Actually, I can't call that one, and I'm not going to. Let's look at the other one here. So it's Lizardmen against Bretonnians. I've come right out of it, and now I've lost it because the competition's closed. There we go, teams. Lizardmen. No, look at the Bretonnians first because we just saw. No, that's the undead. What am I doing? This Bretonnian team, and let's look at the team value difference. So quite a big team value difference. So there's a level to take here still as well, at least one. So this is going to be over 300 probably difference. So Bretonnians have got a lot of inducements to think about, and 130 in the bank. They could think about a pretty serious star player like in the Griff Oberwald sort of area. I think they could probably afford. I'd have to look up how much he is because I just don't know. Also, I think every time I look at this team, I mention this, but yeah, they've still got 3 blitzers and they can afford a 4th. And Bretonnian blitzers are the best players available on this team. It's well worth getting that 4th one in, even with their 3 starting skills and movement 7. They're great players, and it's well worth having. It would up their team value, means they're not getting as much inducements, but I think having a blitzer on the team would just be better. So that's available. The 3 blitzers they do have, we've got Mighty Blow and Sidestep, and we've got Dodge on the other 2 with Dump Off on 1. And Dump Off has its uses. I don't think it's where I'd have gone immediately, but I know the coach he's trying out some different skills to see what they do and how useful they are, basically, which is why we've got Safe Throw on this blocker as well, which is definitely not an optimal choice. It'd be better on someone who's going to be throwing the ball a lot, which this blocker isn't. And it's honestly is a bit of a waste of a double. I think Dodge on this guy would have been quite cool. having wrestle, dodge, and guard on one player. Follow it up with stand firm, which you can take on a normal, and that's a serious player. With safe throw, he's kind of dead weight on the team with that, honestly, because that's a valuable skill on a player who's really not going to use it that much. So other blockers, we've got just wrestle, and we've got wrestle strength 4. They come with wrestle, of course, and strength 4, and loads of hang on, they have got a 4th blitzer here who I totally missed, so ignore all that before. They've got 4 blitzers. I didn't notice, and this can't be since I played them last round as well, because they must have had 4 blitzers because this guy's got points, and they've only got 3 blockers though, so they can afford a 4th blocker. And they're the second best players in this team, so it's worth doing that. But yeah, so one unlevelled, one with guard and safe throw, one with strength 4 with those, and then there's loads of levels on linemen. So we've got a tackle 1, a block 1, a block tackle 1, and another block 1. And then Fat Tim has no levels, but he's on 5 points. I think they've probably been nicking a lot of MVPs, these linemen, and they've been just grabbing some general skills. But they're playing the Lizardmen we just see, who have they've got a second block Mighty Blowsaurus now, so I think that's the MVP who levelled, took Mighty Blow, and they've got a skink here with a level to take. So that is to sort out before the next game. But they know they're playing Bretonnians if they're waiting to see who their opponent was before they took that. And I think otherwise are not. Yeah, so they did fire those 2 other Saurus and had a couple of rookies in. One of them who got off to a good start. So now on 3 unlevelled Saurus, 3 with block, and 2 of those in Mighty Blow, and 1 with a niggling injury. So carrying a few injuries, 2 niggling injuries, and an armour 6 on one of their block skinks. Other block skink has a niggling injury. A block jump up, 3 side steps, and a diving tackle. It's quite a big squad, which gives up a bit of the team value, and they're going to have a lot of inducements against them. But do have backup when these skinks start going down. They have other players come into the game to keep them at 11 players. Plus 4 reels, up to 4 reels now. I think they started with 2, and now all the way up to 4, which I think is probably the most you're going to want long term. So that is those. Right. One of the semi-finals we've got Bretonnians. So this is Bretonnian team that we just saw. Did this guy level? Yeah, well, this is the guy who leveled. So he did pick up probably a casualty in that last game with his 2 points. Probably on that skink who got badly hurt near the end. Has picked up dodge to go along with tackle and strip ball. Then we got movement 8 dodge and sure feet on that one. A couple of dodges, one with Mighty Blow, one with diving tackle. So all 4 blitzers now are block and dodge players, which makes tackle more important. And there's a bit I think in the necromantic team, but we'll have a look at them in a second. Have the 4 blockers in. One of them has movement 5. Being the Black Knight from the Monty Python film probably means he's just lost a leg. That's how this works. And then we've got 2 guard and a strip ball. Strip ball and wrestle was a great combination. Strength 4 lineman here who's picked up block. I think he was MVP and levelled, so that's new. A couple of guards there and a couple of unlevelled linemen. 13 players is a good squad size. I like 13 or 14 in a league to give you lots of options when you're developing lots of players. That's a good team, really. 17-40. They're playing Necromantic, who are exactly the same team value, so no inducements. This team is also 13 players as well. A couple of tackle players in to deal with those blitzers, the four of them, and they've got a bit of mighty. I thought they had more biting blow than this, but it's just the one flesh column because neither of the whites do. Well, one's got dodge, one's got tackle. Then we've got mighty blow block and just block on that one. Wolves have been the sort of most important players going on. They've got most of their touchdowns from scoring most of their star player points from scoring most of their touchdowns. One's coming down on another level as well. But dodge, block, strip ball, and block and tackle and dodge. I don't think there was any sure hands on the Bretonnian team. Definitely didn't notice any. So strip ball might come in useful there. They do have a sure hands themselves to defend against the, I think, 2 strip ball players on the Bretonnian team. So we might see this Gaul, the movement 8-1, carrying the ball. Got a pass Gaul as well. And a few skills on the zombies here with a couple of unlevelled ones. Yeah, a lot of these games are just really tough to call, and they're very evenly matched. I think the Lizardmen will maybe feel confident because this Bretonnian team finished bottom of the table as well. They haven't got a great record. They might be going into that feeling confident, but you don't know what's going to happen, and they've got quite a bit in inducements to spend as well. And then the final game, it's me also with quite a lot of inducements. So we had 413 inducements when we played this Cambry team before. It is that's 450, isn't it, at the moment? Yeah, that's 450. Plus they've got skills to take somewhere. So what is it they've got? Oh, this blitzer with frenzy might blow, so still not leveled him. I think we looked at that before. So yeah, both blitzers have frenzy mighty blow. One of them's going to have something else as well. Don't know if they were waiting to see who their next opponent was before taking that. But I think strong arm would be a really good choice, given that you're playing me. Strong arm or thick skull. One of those would be really good. Maybe pro or shadowing. Yeah, a really useful skill like that. So that's those 2 blitzers who I will be concerned about. Obviously the 4 Tomb Guardians, one of them's strength 6 now as well, and has loads of casualties. I think Yeti had 11, didn't it, altogether? Yeah, this Tomb Guardian has 19 in 16 games, which is an insane return for 16 matches. But that's why it's got so many points, and it's now strength 6 as well, which is kind of worrying. 2 unleveled Tomb Guardians, only 2 guards in this team, 3 guards, sorry, there's a skeleton down there as well, which is, it's definitely more than I have. Throwers are important players as well. When I was playing them, they used Hail Mary Pass a few times over the course of the game, and it worked well. I think at least once they got a touchdown out of it, so that's something I'm going to need to look out for. If anyone wanders forwards on their own, I do have to consider everyone a scoring threat if I'm not going to be able to reach them. A couple of wrestle players, one with wrestle, one with tackle, which is both cases are really good combinations. Slow skeleton with block here, maybe someone I can pick on. A couple of movement bust players, but both useful in their own right as well. And a squad of 15, another big squad, which is contributing to that high team value. So it's going to be over 450 in inducements once this blitzer takes, strong arm or shadowing or something. Something that will be really dangerous to me like that. Because this is my Mandor team who are going to go against them. Seeded 4th. Looking very light without the troll in there, who was killed by the Cambry team when we played them just 2 matches ago. And I can't afford a replacement, and I probably should have used the apothecary on it, which may or may not have made a difference. I think only the big change we've had since last time is the big hand goblin now has 2 heads, which I'm looking forward to 2+ dodges into a crowded ball and then pick it up and just run away with it. And yeah, that should be fun. A couple of agility 4 goblins as well, so I've got 3 players who can dodge wherever they like on 2s. One of them has horns as well, which is for cage diving. So if he can get in at a ball carrier, a strength 3 ball carrier with no guard anywhere near him, he's going to be having a go at them on 1 dice. And there's this guy too, who's also agility 4, Two throwers, one with no levels, has only played a couple of games, I think, and has picked up 1 point. This one with block accurate and safe throw is a bit more useful. It has a niggling injury as well, and does find himself getting put off the pitch a lot, so I need to protect him better. Two linemen are both quite useful on this team, one with guard and one with wrestle, but the blitzers are what this team's all about. One with tackle and horns, who's quite near another level. Don't know what I'd give him next. I think it might be guard, especially as I'm lacking the guard that the troll had. I don't know, there are other things as well. Strip ball might be good, but I don't know. I've got to see if he survives 31 points so far. And this is the one who should be getting the most casualties on the team, but I think it's actually this blitzer overall. But with Mighty Blow, Claw and Tackle, he should be dangerous to opponents when he hits them. He did kill a Tomb Guardian this season. That was quite fun. But yeah, 8 casualties in 15 games is not as good a turnaround as some of the other players where we looked at their casualty rates. Loads of knockouts though. He does get a lot of knockouts. But also, I think that was the wrong thing. That's the other blitzer. I think I wanted to look at. He gets knocked out quite a lot, and I meant to go to this arrow and not that one. Only 5 times, actually, and 3 casualties. Yeah, not that bad. Anyway, that's how our teams stand. Anyone from the league who's watching, go in and accept your tickets, and we can get the players generated. I think we'll start them next week probably. I don't know. We'll talk in our chat group about how long a break we want for the playoffs. I'm back tonight. I'm starting to play in a new league this week, which is called The Crypt, which is run by Chris Frosin, who's a miniatures painter who plays some Blood Bowl as well. And he's based in the Midlands and is set up this league, which is going into its 3rd season and has, I think, 44 teams in it in 4 divisions. And I'm playing a Chaos team with no Warriors, and we're playing against Nurgle in our first game, which will be lots of very unsafe blocks. But I have 4 rerolls and they have 2, so we'll see if that's a factor. That will be on my Twitch channel tonight. Link will be below. But yeah, maybe see you there.